Yeah, decop here. I just thought I would give my 2 cents or talk about how I feel about disagreements, the mess that's going on between Fyebabe and James Caldwell. From my viewpoint, I think Fyebabe started this, and the reason I say that is Fyebabe came out and was talking about how she was side-eyeing anybody that have any dealings or have anything to do with that group over there, which is TSCC, VS, or the Mess Express. Well, I was thinking when she said it, first of all, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if it had been me, I would feel the same way James Caldwell feel, which is, it was the way she said what she had to say. It wasn't what she said, but how she said it. Okay. And see, some people don't understand that you can be respectful when you say things, and you can be disrespectful when you say things. And what she said was offensive. It was also offensive to me, because I'm one of those people. I was the first person that interviewed on the Mess Express. And I think James Caldwell was the second. Jay Wilson was the third. And Ask April was the fourth person. Now, there were people and some of my subscribers that didn't like the fact that they had heard before I even had said, or even before I went on the Mess Express. They was upset. They was mad. They said some really offensive comments they made. But like I said, and I think myself, James Caldwell, Jay Wilson, and Ask April said the same thing and feel the same way. For me, I'm older than VS. I'm older than Jay Wilson. I am older than most people on here. I am older than Miss Olivia the Oracle. Okay. So I'm up there when it comes to wisdom and some knowledge. Things that I've done and been, I'm older than all these people. Even Tracy, I'm older than her. So, like I told them when somebody had leaked it that I was going to do that interview. Matter of fact, she had asked me. It was 3 different times, and I decided I was going to go ahead and do it. Now I knew there was going to be backlash, because it was backlash even before it was before I had said anything about it, because they somehow learned, and that was okay, because I am grown. I'm a grown woman. I'm 56 years old. No one is going to tell me what to do, who I can talk to, who I can't talk to, where I can go and where I can't go. I do what I want to do. And I understand. I'm thinking that Fyebabe is looking at the fact that all the stuff that VS and TSCC have done to, have said to her, have said about her daughter, and whatever else. Okay. But like I said, she haven't did anything to me. Okay. And she's a human being also. And some people won't agree, but that's okay. You know, you don't have to agree with me. But the bottom line for me was, and I heard James Caldwell and Jay Wilson say the same thing. She has not done anything to us. She have not did anything to me that would make me not want to answer questions from her Mess Express. So therefore, that's why I did it. Okay. Actually, it was a fun interview. Okay. And that's all it was, an interview. We're not friends. We don't call each other. We don't text each other. We don't, none of that. That it was an interview, and that was it. Her purpose was satisfied, and I agreed to the interview. Okay. She didn't disrespect me, and she didn't allow people to disrespect me while I was on her platform. Like I said, I understand maybe what some people and maybe Fyebabe is thinking, but you cannot, regardless how you feel about somebody, you cannot expect the next person to not to like or not to have anything to do with that person just because you feel a certain way, or just because that person has said some degrading things about maybe you or your child or whatever. Yeah, it's not right. It was an ugly thing that was said. But you still cannot expect for the next person to not like that person, or won't have anything to do with, or will not take an interview with that person just because you don't like them. Now, I'm not saying VS is a good person, but I do know that she's human. I do know that she have never disrespected me. And that's what matters. It may not be what matters to the next person or to Fyebabe or whoever. But to me, for me, she have never did anything to me. She have never disrespected me about anything. She threw some little shade at me at the beginning, said I had the voice of a 80-year-old person. But that's okay. I mean, that's her opinion. Because I'm not 80. Okay. But, and where I lost respect for Fyebabe was when she began to call Jay a bunch of F words, calling him ugly, calling him it was he's fat, black, and ugly. Okay, why do you have to call him fat? Why do you have to call him black? We all are black. But see, that black was meant to jab someone, to disgrace someone, to criticize. Okay, that's what that black was put in there for. Fat, black, and ugly. And that's just offensive. And because I am part of the community, I couldn't do it. Because, you know, they always say, you say what you mean, and you mean what you say. You called him all kind of homophobic slurs. Homophobic slurs. And you meant that. And yeah, you want to say like the rest of these people on here says, oh, don't get offended. I was just talking about one person when I said this, or when I said a homophobic slur to him. But it doesn't go that way. If you said it to James, you said it to me. If you said it to James, you said it to Jay Wilson, and to L. Chetty, and to Natasha Malam, and to QI. And to all the other LGBT community. So, yes, I was offended. I am offended. And then to top it off, you know, when you say you side-eyeing anybody that has anything to do with TSCC, BS, whatever else they're called, then, okay. Well, like I said, that included me, because I did interview with her. I'm just really disappointed. I never thought Fyebabe would to say those things, to behave like this, to act the way she have, said all the homophobic slurs that she did say. And yes, I'm disappointed. I never would have believed, but. And the other thing, I mean, you can expect for James Caldwell to just sit back and let you degrade him and say all the negative things that you said about him. And this thing about straight women and against gay men, that is not a issue. I don't know who are y'all saying that attacked a straight black woman. If you pick at someone, if you disrespect someone, whether if it's a gay man, because there's James, then you expect for him to say something back to you. Is it crazy that you went and pulled up your brother? Yes, it's crazy. Because why was it necessary? These guys, these gay guys that you're talking about, or they're not in your face. They're not even arm's length to you. It's a keyboard. It's on the computer, a phone, a tablet, a laptop. I didn't see you calling up your brother to defend your honor when Lady Riri, SB, came for you, and you have dealt with that for a while, but yet you decide to try to get someone to fight your battle with James, that's out of order. It makes no sense. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. I don't know what all that is about, but that's no reason. That's no reason to do that. I'm just really puzzled about why you figured to go and call your brother up to come and fight your battle on YouTube, on a phone screen, on a tablet screen, or a computer screen. And then to call James Caldwell's mother that foul name. And yeah, you're going to say, well, he said this to me, he did this to me. But yet, you have to understand, if you come after somebody, they're going to come after you. And as we know, you started this. Okay. And I will say it again. It is not what you say, but how you say it. If you would have said that statement in a not so aggressive way, no one probably would have thought anything. If you would have said, you know, I don't care for VS and that group over there, and how I feel is that I don't understand anybody that go and interview with that person or that group. I really just don't think much of y'all, or something like that. Or just say, I have issues with the people, that anybody that go over there and interview with the Mess Express. Would have been no problem. But yet you didn't use that tone or those words. Instead, you used the aggressive. Okay, as I was saying, but bring your brother on here to fight your battle about something you started is not a good look. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth, in my mouth, at least, for you to do that. And to make it to be a straight woman, gay man issue or problems, that's not true. Not true. And yeah, I'm in the community. And no, I'm not going to like or agree with what you did, the things that you said, the nasty things that I can't agree with that. I can't get down like that. You were dead wrong. I'm glad that James Caldwell has tough skin, because all the things, offensive things that you have said to him, he do not deserve that. He did not deserve it, and he still don't deserve. And he don't deserve what you brought your brother on here to do. It really makes you look worse than it did when you made that statement about side-eyeing anybody. And when you attempted to apologize to the, I think you was apologizing to the rest of the LGBT community, or I don't know if you said the lesbians, and your brother just kept butting in saying, you don't have to apologize to them. You don't have to apologize. You don't need to apologize to them. And you stopped and you didn't apologize. Unless I'm incorrect. Somebody can tell me. But from what I heard, he interrupted you to cut your apology. And that apology was necessary. Not only to the lesbians, but to the rest of the community. And for your brother to come on here and do the same thing that you did, calling James Caldwell and all the rest of the gay guys those offensive, vulgar, homophobic names. So disrespectful. And yes, James said some terrible things to you. But being that you started it, you can't cry wolf. You started. I sat there and looked at you when you came on to do your Friday fact check Friday, and you were just gloating as if you had won a prize or something. You gloated, talking about how silent it was just because your brother came on and said those disrespectful homophobic slurs that he it was nothing to brag about. No, it wasn't quiet because of your brother coming on to defend your honor. That's not why it was quiet. It was quiet because it was quiet. People was disgusted. No other reason. No other reason than that. When some of those TSCC people confronted me because they see me in your chat. When I don't know why they just noticed that I was Babe Nation, but because I even said it the day I interviewed, and nothing was said. But after that, some people of that's part of TSCC confronted me and then became angry at me because they realized that I was Babe Nation, and I had to say, get with one of them for making the statement of something that was foul she said about me, just because I guess she just found out or didn't know that I was by Babe Nation when I interviewed. Okay, it was no secret. And so when they brought it up later, what did I say? I said, yes, I am Babe Nation. And what's the problem? I've never said that I wasn't. And I was proud. But now, no, I'm not. I'm not proud because of the offensive, cruel, homophobic slurs that you spewed out. This has been in my head, hoping, wishing that it didn't happen, because I, like most people, we like both parties. But when you become that angry that you will spew disrespectful things, homophobic slurs, it becomes something different. That person is no longer the person that I knew. No longer that person. Because you crossed the line. Whether you just said something about the gay males, it doesn't matter. We're all part of the community. So it's really bad, because you don't ever want to have to choose when you like both people. But sometimes you can't. You have to make a choice. You have to do the right thing. Okay, not make a choice. You have to do the right thing. And the right thing for me is because you said anybody that chooses to interview or have anything to do with that group of people or BS, you side-eye and you don't want nothing to do with them. Okay, so I did have an interview. I did an interview. So you were talking to me also, and I get it. Okay. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents on what I feel, how I feel about it. And this was it. This was how I felt. And the bringing the brother on here to, I guess, what get the gay guys in order or defend your honor when you started it. It's whack. But I mean, no one's scared of your brother. So we don't want to get that out there that somebody is scared of them, because they're not. Okay, so yeah, this is how I felt about it. So.